Hey everybody, Fishman here. Welcome to the video. This is fishing vlog number 154, and it's really hot here today, so I'm going to try and get this done as quickly as possible. I had to turn the fan off in my room just so you guys can hear me and not have to have too much in the way of background noise. And as you know, I didn't post a video last week because I was really busy, and 1 week off of doing maintenance in my fish room, and you can see how much duckweed grows back. The other thing is, you remember from, I think about 2 videos ago, I put a little bit of hornwort in here, and you can see how it grows very quickly. I like the plant. It has one downside, but it has nothing to do with it itself. It's all about duckweed. It tends to have, well, the fine needles trap the small pieces of duckweed and they hide in there. Pearlweed has the same problem, and well, I just have to go in and maintain. I've long since given up the the deluded concept of actually getting rid of duckweed out of my entire fish room. It's just not going to happen. And actually, while I'm doing this, this is my preferred method of doing this. This or using a small yogurt container, or in my case, sour cream container, to just dip in and get rid of it. I had a lot of lovely suggestions over the last number of videos when I was talking about dealing with duckweed for getting rid of it, and this is my go-to. I like this because first off, well, in this tank there's an awful lot of guppies, and guppy fry are notorious for being very easy to catch, and this is a little bit more controlled, so I can avoid them. I don't even use the sour cream container in this tank, because what I usually end up doing is dipping out a number of fry. This tank I still do plan on switching from the under gravel to having a box filter going to the high humidity planter, because I can never quite get it clear, and I really do want to try that out. This is now progressing to the point where it definitely needs some more fish. It's nice and healthy. I put some pearlweed in there, and remember from the last video, I was starting to clean these out, and as you can see, they are now, well, they're basically ready for fish. They do have a little bit further to go as far as cleanliness goes, so they're the same as the one on the end. But they're more than good enough for maintaining the fish and be able to see what's going on inside them. Anyway, they're definitely ready for fish, and in these particular tanks I want to add some red zebras that are holding, and I want to put them in here to let them have their fry out. If you remember from a while back, that little pan in there, that was an experiment I did. I wanted to see if I can attach that rock to a piece of acrylic, and I used activated CA glue. And as you can see, it's still holding on. I could easily, I think, pull it off if I put a little bit of pressure on it, but it doesn't have to withstand any kind of strain or anything. I just want it to be able to stay in place. So far, so good. We'll see how it keeps going. There's a pleco that likes to bounce around, and it was actually using it as a cave when it was upside down. But anyway, it's still staying on, and that's all that really matters. I think these guys have spawned again. I'm not really trying to get them to spawn, but then once they pair off, they tend to do it quite regularly. I don't have any more need for Carbensis, but it's such a lovely fish. Anyway, they're going to do what they're going to do, and of course I'll just raise the fry, find room for them wherever I can. Angels are doing fine. I haven't spawned yet. They got a little aggressive last week, and I think I lost one. These two plants, the little experiment between holes and no holes, well, again, that's going to take quite some time for that to show one way or another. I don't really see any difference in it, but everything in this tank is doing well. And the main thing that I want to do this week is I need to get to pruning out the large pond. The indoor pond's been, well, an eyesore for quite some time now, and I definitely want to do something about that today. But first, before we get there, I want to just pan across these. I just did the water change, and the one that you're going to see after this one here is the one I did the removed a bunch of duckweed. Everything else, nothing really going on. That tank there, I do want to try something else different with that as well. But I'm going to start it with this one here. This one's going to get the box filter, because as you see, the box filter tanks are nice and clean and clear. I mean, the others are healthy, there's no doubt about that. It's just they're not as clear, and just want to try it out on one or two of them just to see how big of a difference it is, and we'll see. These guys are all doing very well. I need to the tank to the left of this, I need to remove those black skirt tetras, and I want to start thinning out the guppy fry here. I want to put some into that tank and some of the others as well. So I want to get that all done and, you know, keep them having as much room as possible. So this is the pond, and I'm not going to do anything gentle about this. It's going to fast forward it here, and I'm going to pull out as many plants as I can. A good number of them are just going to get thrown away because I have no need for them. I have no room for them, and I just want to get to the point where this is actually a serviceable pond again. So what I'm doing here, that's one of the larger leaved Anubias. I am just cutting it right back, getting rid of all the semi-dying dead leaves. That was up in the 7-foot tank, and it had grown above the water, but it was too dry up there, and a lot of the leaves are brown. So I'm going to pull all those off, put it in a tank that's deeper, give it a chance to come back. A lot of the Nubius that's in this tank is in really good shape, and I'm very happy with that. That's peace lily, and there's another peace lily on the far right there. Those are going to stay, well, that one on the far right is going to stay in here, and the other one's going to go into another aquarium. I'll probably pot it up. I have a lot of peace lilies, so I'm not too concerned about it. But, you know, I don't want to throw out too many plants because it takes so long to grow them. This is a bunch of pothos. Some of that I'll keep, but like I said, I'm taking a pair of scissors to most of this and just throwing out a lot of the bulk of it, and the rest of it I'll just put somewhere. The other thing I need to do is I need to make another container. I think I mentioned this before to you. I want to put a self-watering system together for my lemon geranium. So I'm going to take one clipping today, and most of that will just stay there right now. There's one of the Anubias that's actually doing really well. It's going to stay in this pond. And I want to get that all set up. I'm going to change some of the stuff in the back wall of those ponds, some of the self-watering things in the filtration system. I just want to do a bit more of a variety in here, and if the self-watering works out well, I want to try a little bit of aquaponics, because this is a really nice large setup, and it definitely has the capacity for doing more than just, well, a few things like guppies and that sort of stuff, which is what's in here now. It's hard to tell, but there's a fair number of guppies in there, and also on top of that there is a number of killifish. The killifish were doing a number on the guppy fry, simply because they just fit in their mouths. They're not really aggressive fish, but they will do you know, anything that fits in their mouths. So that's the clipping I'm going to take. That's just a big chunk I'm going to take off of the lemon geranium. I'm going to leave that where it is right now, and I'm just going to pull out a lot of the stuff in the bottom here. There's a lot of material in here. Some of it was growing plants at one point. Some of that I will just pop into other aquariums. There's going to be another couple pieces of Anubias, and also in here is a bunch of cryptic green. There's one, and there's another one there. I'm not sure you're going to get to see it. Hold on a sec. No, that's not it. This was set up as a filter pot like the other one, so I'm going to put air in that. And oh, that was Java Fern, and there is another, sorry, that's the Anubias. I guess you're not going to get to see it. At some point I must have missed it during this. There is another big pot that has a fair amount of cryptic green in it. I think it's Wentai, but anyway, there you go. That is a mess. It'll clear up, and then once it settles down, I will mulm vacuum the bottom and do a water change, which it has not had yet, which is a long time since I've set this up. So anyway, leave comments. Let me know what you think about all this. This definitely needed to be pruned back, and I'm very glad that I did that. Much more work to do on this, of course, coming. So leave comments, and I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye for now.